Greetings, time travelers. I'm your guide on this journey through the annals of history, where we'll explore moments that seem almost too bizarre to be true. Let's unravel these mysteries together and discover if history is more connected than we think. 1. Lincoln and Kennedy. First up, the astonishing parallels between Presidents Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy. Both leaders were assassinated by a gunshot to the head, Lincoln in a theater and Kennedy in a car, which are both types of theaters in a sense. Their successors were both named Johnson, and both assassins were known by their 3 names, with 15 letters each. 2. The Titan and Titanic years, before the Titanic sank. A novel titled The Wreck of the Titan depicted a strikingly similar tragedy. Both ships were deemed unsinkable, struck an iceberg, and lacked enough lifeboats. Through the Wilmer McLean houses, the American Civil War began in Wilmer McLean's backyard and ended in his parlor. McLean moved to escape the war, only for it to find him again, marking his homes as the start and end points of the conflict. The twin tragedy in 2002, 2 brothers were killed separately by taxicabs in Bermuda, riding the same moped on the same road, and both accidents occurred exactly 1 year apart. 5. Edgar Allan Poe's Time Machine. Edgar Allan Poe wrote a novel about 4 survivors of a shipwreck who were adrift in an open boat for several days before deciding to eat the cabin boy named Richard Parker. 46 years later, the yacht Mignonette sank, and the survivors did just that to a real Richard Parker. 6. The Hoover Dam tragedy. The first person to die during the construction of the Hoover Dam was J.G. Tierney, who drowned on December 20th, 1922. Exactly 13 years later, on December 20th, Tierney's son also died during the dam's construction, becoming the last man to die on the project. 7. Mark Twain and Halley's Comet. Mark Twain was born just after Halley's Comet's appearance in 1835 and predicted he would go out with it too. He died the day after the comet returned in 1910. 8. The Jim twins separated at birth. Twins Jim Springer and Jim Lewis were reunited at 39 and discovered they both had been married to women named Linda, then divorced and remarried women named Betty. They named their sons James Allen and James Allen, had a dog named Toy, and pursued law enforcement careers. 9. The Curse of the Pharaohs. When the tomb of Pharaoh Tutankhamun was opened in 1923, a curse allegedly claimed the lives of many involved in its discovery. The most chilling part? The lights in Cairo went out the moment Howard Carter, the lead archaeologist, passed away. 10. The Fenian bombing in 1884. A bomb exploded in London's Scotland Yard, set by the Fenian dynamite campaign. Decades later, during World War II, another bomb, this time from a German air raid, struck the exact same spot. 11. The double Doc Holliday. Doc Holliday, the famous gambler and gunslinger, reportedly met his doppelganger just days before his death. Both men were stunned by their resemblance, a meeting often linked to an old superstition that seeing one's double portends death. 12. The 3 unsinkable ships. The Titanic was deemed unsinkable, yet it sank on its maiden voyage. Lesser known is that it had 2 sister ships, the Britannic and the Olympic, also touted as unsinkable. All 3 met tragic fates, marking a bizarre end to the Olympic-class liners. 13. The Monticello connection. Thomas Jefferson and James Monroe, both presidents of the United States, died on July the 4th. Jefferson, the principal author of the Declaration of Independence, and Monroe, a founding father, passed exactly 5 years apart, both on Independence Day. 14. The predictive power of Morgan Robertson. Author Morgan Robertson penned Futility in 1898, featuring the Titan, a ship that sank after hitting an iceberg, mirroring the Titanic disaster 14 years later. Robertson also wrote about a military conflict eerily similar to World War II, involving a surprise Japanese attack on a harbor. 15. The reincarnation of Enzo Ferrari and Mesut Özil. Enzo Ferrari, the founder of Ferrari, died in 1988. A month later, footballer Mesut Özil was born. Photos of the two show a striking resemblance, sparking theories of reincarnation among fans. 16. The Anthony Hopkins book Coincidence actor. Anthony Hopkins once struggled to find a rare book for a film role. Serendipitously, he found a copy left on the bench. The book, needed for his role in The Girl from Petrovka, had been lost by its author George Pfeiffer, who later met Hopkins and confirmed it was the same copy. 17. The lightning strikes brothers. In a bizarre twist of fate, two brothers were struck by lightning under the same tree, one in 1899 and the other in 1900. Both incidents occurred exactly a year apart, with fatal outcomes. 18. The King Umberto and doppelganger King Umberto I of Italy once met a restaurant owner who looked exactly like him, had a wife with the same name, and opened his restaurant on the day Umberto was crowned king. Both men died on the same day, under similar circumstances. 19. The tragedy of the SS Violetta and Titanic. The SS Violetta was constructed with the remnants of the Titanic. On its maiden voyage, it too struck an iceberg but managed to survive. This chilling coincidence adds another layer to the Titanic's already legendary tale. 20. The Simpsons predictions. From predicting a Nobel Prize winner to Donald Trump's presidency, The Simpsons has eerily forecasted several real-life events, decades in some cases before they happened. Coincidence? Or is there a time traveler in the writing team? These 20 historical coincidences remind us that the line between chance and fate is often as mysterious as history itself. What do you think? Are these mere coincidences, or could there be something more at play? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you're fascinated by the peculiarities of the past, give us a like, share this video, and subscribe for more tales from history's hidden vault. Until next time, keep pondering the mysteries of yesteryear and the strange echoes that ripple through time.